Ladies and gentlemen, lots of news popping off. Literally about a couple of hours ago, there wasn't much really going on. There was recycled news about Caicedo and Romelu Lukaku, but in the last couple of hours, things have been dropping left, right, and center. Apparently, we are preparing an offer for Rayan Cherki, and ladies and gentlemen, Enzo Fernandez, on top of Thiago Silva publicly stating that he wants Dybala, Enzo Fernandez wants Dybala as well. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get going, smash the like button, guys. Let's pump the likes up to, man, I would love to get 500 likes. We've been getting quite a lot of views. Thank you to each and every one of you guys showing such mad support, such mad, I suppose, like desire to watch the channel on a daily basis. Please smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe as well. First up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are preparing an opening offer to sign Rayan Cherki. Sources have told Julien Laurens, who's the French journalist in ESPN, tends to know quite a lot of information when it comes to French players and Ligue 1. So interesting. Obviously, this particular interest for Rayan Cherki, I personally feel it's been driven by the fans in social media on Twitter, and now slowly it's materializing in the journalist in the top journalist area. And look, once again, we have to understand whether some of these rumors can they possibly be true? Can they, are they totally fake? We have to make an assessment. In this case, put it this way: we got Malo Gusto from Lyon, so we seem to have a bit of a good relationship. Don't forget, we sent Emerson before that to Lyon as well on a loan. The American owners in Lyon seem to be quite good, in a good relationship with Todd Bowley and Igbali with us, and Lyon has massive financial issues at the moment, so they are looking to get rid of players. So this isn't too far-fetched. This is how we have to make an assessment. Does it make sense? And in this case, it kind of does. So we'll see if this comes into fruition soon. Obviously, as you guys know, Fabrizio Romano and David Owenstein, they're the two top dogs that we wait for in order for these type of news to truly believe in them. But Julien Laurens, we can take him somewhat seriously, of course. Let's check out this particular article that was put out over here. Let's see what this article says. Chelsea set to bid Lyon's Rayan Cherki as Christian Pulisic replacement. Sources further goes on to say Chelsea are preparing to make, let me just actually make that a little bit bigger. There you go. Chelsea are preparing to make an opening offer for Lyon wonderkid Rayan Cherki as they seek a replacement for Christian Pulisic. Sources have told ESPN Pulisic is closing in on a move to AC Milan and with the United States midfielder due to undergo a medical with Serie A Giants in the next 24 hours. Further goes on to say, and Chelsea are already moving to replace Pulisic with Cherki. One of the targets, Eli Wahi, the talented Montpellier centre forward, is also on the London club's shortlist. Cherki, who was born in Lyon and is a product of the club's youth system, is valued at around 40 million euros. So, reasonable amount of money. And this is what I've been saying lately, ladies and gentlemen, is that if we see talented players, we need to go in right away. Talented players that have some level of experience. We need to stay away from these mess that we get in with Brighton, where we want talented players and then we have to pay exorbitant amount of money. Is under contract until June 2025, so he's got a couple of years left after an automatic one-year extension was triggered in April when he reached 15 League One starts. His wages were automatically increased at the time too, and he currently earns 75,000 a week euros gross. So it's not too much. I mean, I think even if we were to give him something around 100k a week pounds, I think he would very much appreciate that. French champions Paris Saint-Germain had an offer for Cherki rejected by Lyon in January, but Lyon were open to sale. Lyon's recent troubles adhering to France's financial fair play rules over the next season's budget means they may be forced to let some players go if they want to make signings this summer. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rayan Cherki we do need some form of attacking midfielder, in this case, you can deem him as a attacking midfielder or maybe even a winger at times. We do need that type of a player in the team. I know we've got Raheem Sterling, we've got Nkunku, but Sterling will potentially play out on the wings. Nkunku is the only one who seems to be the central attacking midfielder or the the creative source in midfield. So we do need to have another player to bolster that situation. And someone like Rayan Cherki, you just know that in the future that give me 1 second. There's some background music that's happening over here. Maybe it's better I just turn that off. All of a sudden, there was some background noise that was happening on that ESPN website, which with all the ads in the background. But yeah, look, I think there is a need for someone like Rayan Cherki. And as I was saying, he's potentially going to be worth a lot of money if he continues in this form. And then I don't want to come back for this particular player and having to pay 90, 100 million down the track. So if we can get him for about 40 million euros, I think that's fantastic. Now, having said that, if we do end up getting someone like Rayan Cherki, check this next news out, ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Fernandez, I wrote to Dybala to come to Chelsea. I hope he comes. Let's see what happens. This is now 2 Chelsea players off the back of Thiago Silva also publicly stating he wants Dybala to come to Chelsea Football Club. And now Enzo Fernandez apparently texted Dybala to come to Chelsea. I mean, what's going on? Honestly, I've not seen this sort of movement from players previously where they publicly go out and state that they want a particular player to come through. Obviously, we've heard recently from Dybala that he's staying at Roma. He's coming back to training. So he seems like he's quashed all of those rumors into ground. But Thiago Silva, Enzo Fernandez, is there something going on in the background? Look, whether this happens or not, I don't know. But these players, they seem to be very keen on Dybala. Me, personally, I like Dybala. I told you how I feel about him. My only concern is his injuries. That's a huge concern. Even though it's the only concern, but it's a huge only concern. But at, 12 million pounds or something like that, or 12 million euros release clause, it seems like a risk worth taking because the reward could massively outweigh the risk. As I said earlier in previous videos, Dybala's quality is undoubted. Now, who do we want? Dybala, who's age 29, potentially plays in a similar sort of vein as Rayan Cherki, who I believe is about 21 or 22, something like that, younger, much younger than Dybala. You'd probably go with someone like Rayan Cherki. Could there be a possibility that we get both? Is there an opportunity to get both? Because Dybala could potentially play up front as a false 9, potentially as a striker as well. Likes to play in the half spaces generally and behind a striker. In Roma, he's done really well with Tammy Abraham. So yeah, what's going on? Enzo Fernandez wanting Dybala, Thiago Silva wanting Dybala. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know, Dybala or Cherki or both. Is there a situation where we could have both? We do need experience, and I guess that's where Dybala's name also comes into the frame. There's a wealth of experience there. Rayan Cherki is still young, but potentially turning out to be a superstar. So look, for me, I wouldn't mind seeing both, but then what happens? We've got Nicholas Jackson, we've got Nkunku, we've got Sterling, we've got Madueke, we've got Mudryk. It's already a lot of players. Potentially, some of these players, could play in midfield and gives us that flexibility as opposed to being 4-2-3-1. We could even play 4-3-3. You can use them as a rotational piece, or maybe you can even start setting up for next season, hoping that we make it to Europe and we'll need some sort of depth. So look, if it's between Dybala and Cherki, I think I'd go with Rayan Cherki for the future. But yeah, I understand that the experience that Dybala brings is very, very crucial. The injuries do worry me. Look, I'd get both if I'm being honest. But let me know in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel about that? A little bit in regards to Enzo Fernandez talking about his where he would like to play. Enzo Fernandez on his favorite position. This is all coming from All About Argentina, who gathers all the information for Argentinian players. Do give them a follow. I can play anywhere. I have to choose. If I have to choose, yes, I like to play more higher up on the pitch. I like to score goals. I like to get to the box, but I like to play as a 5-2. It's up to the coach. Whatever he tells me, I'll do that. That's what I've always said. Enzo Fernandez is well equipped to play as a deepest midfielder, much like a Regista, very good on the build-up. Technical ability is extremely high, and the vision with his passing ranges are fantastic. We've seen him play as the deepest midfielder for Chelsea so far, and the level of passes that he's capable of conducting from deep is fantastic to see. Wide range of passes, but he can definitely cause a lot of damage up front. We've seen him for Argentina in the World Cup. Moving forward, he can score those banging goals, much like what he did against Mexico. So yeah, someone like Caicedo is so crucial for our cause. It will just allow every now and then Enzo Fernandez to bomb forward and create a bit of a havoc up front, which we definitely would appreciate. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Moisés Caicedo, and Chelsea sustained interest in him. Now, Moisés Caicedo is also coming public and talking about Chelsea. It's a big team. That's true. A very historic team, and I can't say no because it's a very big, historic, beautiful team. The city as well is beautiful. It's got everything beautiful. Beautiful, 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 historic. Look, this guy loves Chelsea Football Club. He wants Chelsea Football Club. The biggest thorn in this whole situation at the moment is Brighton. They are holding on for 100 million. And it seems like we are going nowhere at the moment with this particular case. And as the days are going away and we're nearing closer and closer to the USA tour, it maybe looks like we are probably going to go to the USA tour in the beginning without Moisés Caicedo. Moisés Caicedo is expected to return back today to Brighton Football Club, and then he's going to prepare to travel with Brighton to go to United States. The best part about all of this is both Brighton and Chelsea are going to United States. So if there is a transfer, he'll just transfer from one training camp to another training camp straight away. But I would have liked to seen him be at Chelsea from the get-go and be in the plane traveling with Chelsea players. But it may seem like it's not going to happen that way. Close of work today. Nothing has changed on Caicedo. Chelsea sources maintaining talks ongoing, in some cases progressing. Things are a little bit slow at the moment, and I think it's because Brighton are asking for more money, and we are probably trying our level best to keep it to a reasonable level. Negotiations between Chelsea and Brighton are still underway, trying to reach full agreement soon for Caicedo. This is from Fabrizio Romano on Instagram, trying to reach full agreement. We are trying. We are desperately trying, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what happens about that. Now, Levi Colwill and his mate on Instagram. At first, I had no idea what was going on here. Few people tagged me over here. And by the way, shout out to all the people that's been tagging me on news left, right, and center in recent times. Thank you for keeping me updated. I didn't know what was happening here until obviously I tried to listen more closely. One of his mate, he's on Instagram with his mate. I don't know whether this mate is a Liverpool fan or not. Check this out. Let me just put this on again with some audio. So I'm gonna play this for you guys. You let me know what you.
Even my Jamaican.
All right. So.
Even my Jamaican. Even my Jamaican.
Hold on. All right. So let's play this.
Even my Jamaican friends that Levi to Liverpool.
No football talk, man.
Even my Jamaican friends that Levi to Liverpool.
No football talk, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? Look, this is, and the ongoing series of all of these little bits and pieces. I think his mate said, "Oh, even my Jamaican brethren are asking Levi Colwill to Liverpool," and he's got that smirk and he's got that smile, and Levi Colwill just goes, No football talk here. I mean, look, fine. I think that's a fair enough response from Levi Colwill, but it doesn't bode well with the series of events that has taken place, right? Like, you would probably want someone like Levi Colwill, who's, if he's truly committed to the Chelsea cause, to just say, "Hey, man, I'm a Chelsea player, man. Like, I'm staying at Chelsea. I'm here at Chelsea." The fact that he doesn't say anything, and look, maybe it doesn't mean anything, but as I said, the series of events kind of makes it look like what's going on. One thing for certainty, what I can say, and I didn't need this particular video to come to this conclusion. One thing for certainty that I can say is, I don't think Levi Colwill is entirely convinced with Chelsea Football Club. Now, that doesn't mean that he doesn't believe in Chelsea Football Club at all. It just means that he's not convinced. He's not willing to go out there and just put his words out there and say that, yeah, I'm proper Chelsea. I'm Chelsea through and through. I don't think he fully is convinced, and I don't think his heart is completely at Chelsea. However, depending on the conversation that happens with Pochettino in the next couple of days, he's got another week off after the Euro Championship win under 21s for England. He's got a week off, and then next week sometime he'll have a conversation with Pochettino, and then he may well be, convinced after that, because he wants to know what his future is going to look like at Chelsea Football Club. But you'd think someone like him would already get the feeling that Chelsea are moving some pieces for him. Koulibaly has moved on. There's potential talks about Chalobah moving on as well. So we are making way for him, and a whole heap of journalists out there have consistently said Chelsea categorically don't want to sell him. So you'd think by now he would have some sort of confidence to say or respond to, in this situation where, look, I'm a Chelsea player, but he doesn't do that. That's all I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen. You put your comments down how you feel about this situation. But as I said, it's like the whole series of events that has taken place in recent times just adds to the fuel, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino said he expected to see Lukaku back at training on Wednesday or Thursday, but the goalposts have now moved. Chelsea have pushed back his return date to July 17th, as Lukaku had no intention of returning to training with Chelsea. This is from Matt Law. Good. I don't want him to return to Chelsea. I don't want Chelsea to look at this particular brother ever again. He's a disease. He's a disease, and he's contagious. He's going to infect everyone out there. However, having said that, you see the audacity of this player. Even though I like this situation, but you see the audacity of this player. I don't want to return back to Chelsea Football Club. This guy, man, no respect to Chelsea Football Club. Knowing that Chelsea has bought him for 100 million, and all he did, he spent one season and another one season, midway through, he threw a bomb at Chelsea Football Club and absolutely destroyed the whole place into smithereens. So the fact that he comes out and goes, I don't want to go back to Chelsea, it's almost like as if we've done him wrong. In essence, he's the one who's done us wrong royally. So look, I'm glad. Yeah, I don't want you to come back, and I hope by the 17th of July we find a solution for this particular brother. Inter Milan, come quick and collect the man and bring 40 million pounds. Don't bring those paltry 30 to 35 million euros. No one wants euros. Pounds. 40 million pounds. Get this man out of our sights forever. Never ever do I want to see this guy linked to Chelsea Football Club ever again. And all of these, BS conversations that he did. Oh, got unfinished business. Yeah, well, those businesses will be unfinished forever, and you're going to be going down as one of the worst business that Chelsea Football Club has done in recent history. And I don't like to call players snakes, but you sir will go down as a snake. If there is a Hall of Fame of snakes down the track, you will be inducted as the number one candidate, first up in that Hall of Fame. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Aubameyang has also been told he's now not expected back until July 17th. Another brother, please find a club ASAP, man. What seems to be the problem, Oba? Come on, quick, pronto, leave Chelsea Football Club. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Nicholas Jackson has arrived. Good to see I want to see how he does in this week of training sessions. Obviously, he's behind a week from the lads, so he's going to have to catch up, and then he'll be there next week, traveling with Chelsea squad to the USA tour. But good to see Nicholas Jackson in the house, and everyone seems to be making him quite comfortable in the camp. Pochettino's there, Armando Broja is there, Ben Chilwell. So let's see what happens. Here's more pictures, ladies and gentlemen, for Nicholas Jackson. Yeah, man, I'm keen to see how he does in this preseason. I've got high hopes about him. I really do. I've got high hopes about him, and hopefully he can turn out to be the striker that we are all wanting and desiring for, and that way we don't have to spend exorbitant amount of money. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you felt about everything we talked about, especially in regards to Rayan Cherki and Dybala. Very, very interesting situation that's brewing at the moment. So do let me about that. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live tomorrow. Until then, see you.